Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is meant for 22nd October 2020. We are into the revision mode. As all of us know, we are revising chapter number 5, morphology of flowering plants, and in that we are going to talk about another concept called placentation. And to know what it is, basically placentation refers to the arrangement of ovules inside the ovary. How the ovules are arranged inside the ovary is placentation, and depending upon the arrangement of ovules inside the ovary, placentation is of so many types. Like first one, marginal placentation. The ovary in which the placenta forms a ridge along the ventral structure of the ovary and the ovules develop on two separate rows is known to have marginal placentation. So this type of placentation is found in peas, botanic green peas. Second, parietal placentation. When the ovules develop on the inner walls of the ovary is said to have parietal placentation. Axial, third one, axial placentation. As the name suggests, in axial placentation, the placenta is axial and ovules are attached to it. This includes China rose, lemon and tomato. Next, basal placentation. The ovary in which the placenta develops from its base and a single ovule is found attached to the base is said to have basal placentation. Example, sunflower, marigold. And then final one, free central placentation. In free central placentation, the ovules develop on the central axis while the septa are absent. This type of placentation is found in primrose and dianthus. So this is how we describe various types of placentations, and we go ahead with the next concept, that is fruit. So basically, what is a fruit? We were talking about the matured ovary becoming a fruit. So basically, what is biologically a fruit? Mature ripened ovary is a fruit, and as all of us know, it develops after fertilization. And if the fruit is formed without fertilization of the ovary, it is called parthenocarpic fruit. And fruit, of course, when you take the vertical section, it consists of seeds, then outer layer, it is called pericarp. Thick and fleshy pericarp is 3-layered, and the outer one is called epicarp, the middle one is called mesocarp, and the hard inner one is endocarp. So fruit has got 3 layers, and inside the fruit there will be seeds. Dicot seed is made up of seed coat and embryo. So there is a seed coat and an embryo, and the embryo is made up of embryonal axis, radicle which is going to become root, cotyledons, of course, seed covers. Seed coat has 2 layers, outer testa and inner tegumen. Hilum is a scare through which seed is attached to the ovary. Small pore above the hilum is called micropyle. This plays very crucial role in fertilization or during the fertilization. So basically, a seed coat, there's a hilum and there's a micropyle, and then 2 cotyledons, cotyledon 1, cotyledon 2, dicotyledons, there's a plumule which is going to become in future stem, and then there's a radical which develops in future a root. And monocot, a monocot will have an embryo inside, and then there is endosperm. Remember pen, we were talking of that, primary endosperm nucleus, double fertilization. Pen becomes endosperm, which is a nutritive tissue. It provides nutrition. And the vertical section of a monocot seed shows the following. First and foremost, seed coat, outermost one, fruit wall we call it. And inside, of course, majority of the portion is occupied by nutritive tissue called endosperm. And just below the seed coat, there is a special layer called aleurone layer. And then there is scutellum and coleoptile. So coleoptile, plumule, radical, and coleorrhiza or coleorrhiza. In monocotyledonous seed, outer covering of endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called aleurone layer. That is what the meaning is. It's a proteinaceous layer. Single cotyledon is called as scutellum. So what is scutellum? Scutellum is the single cotyledon having short axis bearing plumule. Plumule is, as I said, future stem, and radical is future root. Plumule and radical are closed inside coverings, sheaths called coleoptile, as you are seeing, the coleoptile and coleorrhiza respectively. So plumule is covered by coleoptile, radical is covered by coleorrhiza, as you are seeing in the picture. And the whole family can be technically described. So we say, if not full, semi-technical description of a typical flowering plant. So the plant is described beginning with its habit, vegetative characters, roots, stem and leaves, and then floral characters, inflorescence and flowering parts. So the floral formula is represented with some symbols. If the in the floral formula, BR stands for bracts. So if bracts are there, then we write BR. Then we say bracteate. K stands for calyx. C stands for corolla. P stands for perianth, that is corolla with androecium. A that is calyx and corolla, and A stands for androecium and G stands for gynoecium. So fusion is indicated by enclosing the figure within bracket like this, we write like this, and adhesion by line drawn above the symbols of floral parts. We just put an arrow mark like this. And here in this chapter we are going to study 3 families, but for your batch there will be only one family, that is Fabaceae is not there for you, and we go straight to either the Solanaceae, that is brinjal family, or Liliaceae. So depending upon the natural plants that are available within our campus during your practicals, we will be giving you either Solanaceae or Liliaceae. So it is better to know at least floral formula, so that once you know the floral formula you can write briefly about it. And of course, based on the stem, based on the leaf, based on the root, based on the flower, you can describe the floral formula. So plant body, herb, shrub or small trees, commonly known as potato family or brinjal family. Leaves are simple, pinnately compound, reticulate venation. Of course, those who are growing this potato and brinjal and tomato, of course, directly you can see this. And floral formula, we write 0 with a plus and 0 with top arrow mark and down plus, that is both the sexes, it indicates the sexes. K, just now we said calyx, and we are putting 5, that means 5 sepals are there, within bracket means fused, all the 5 sepals. And then we are writing corolla C, and again we are putting fusion of petals, colorful, fragrance. A for androecium, 5 are there in number, and there is a direct connection between androecium and the corolla. Petals and the stamens are attached. And then gynoecium, again 2 we are writing, that is 2 ovules are there inside, and then when we underline it, it is the superior ovary. So most of them are sources of food like potato, tomato, brinjal, etc., and of course chilies, spices. And talking about the Liliaceae, commonly known as lily family, monocots, perennial herbs, leaves alternate with parallel venation, underground bulbs, cones and rhizomes. Flower, of course, you can see here once we put 0 with arrow mark and flower plus down, that's bisexual. Then when we are writing this plus 0 with plus, actinomorphic, actinomorphic flower, zygomorphic flower, remember. And when we are writing BR, just now we said bracts are present, so bracteate. And sepals and petals are absent, but they are fused together forming petals. So sepals and petals is equal to the petals. Sepals and petals are tepals, okay, tepals. And we represent the tepals with the perianth, and that those are arranged in 3+3 arrangement, and they are within bracket means fused. Androecium again 3+3 stamens, and the stamens are attached to the tepals. And of course gynoecium, three rooms are there within that when we take this section, and all the 3 are jointed or fused. And of course again this is the superior ovary. It includes ornamental plants like tulip, medicinal plant, aloe vera, vegetables, colchicine. So tomorrow in our next session what we do is we will discuss about one of the experiments related to this, either Solanaceae or Liliaceae. To be better, we will cover both Solanaceae as well as Liliaceae, so that you understand how to write that experiment right from aim up to the result. Okay, until then keep practicing, revise the chapter, write the notes. As I said, you need to keep 3 books ready. 1, the homework, NCERT question answers, keep it as a homework book. 2nd, revision notes, okay, keep it separate, again revision notes, so that during examination you don't have much time, you can revise quickly. And the 3rd one is the record, biology record. Once you come back to school, the record will be given, and whatever I am covering as part of the practicals, you have to write it. So keep this in mind.